Hello guys, welcome to my channel Python Educare. Today I have brought another topic on Tkinter Widget, where I will be showing you how to create Tkinter frames within the widget, as well as how to develop a password text box where you will be entering the password / asterisk. Also a check button which will enable you to visualize the text you have entered for password. Also you can enable or disable it. And at the end I will be also showing you how to create a button for browse files and enter that particular file path whatever you're selecting over here. And this UI is developed based on the request of one of my viewer who wanted to have a Tkinter UI application based on these fields and requirements. It's a very small application and very useful if you are developing any applications in Tkinter widgets. I have many more applications developed which is based on the entry widgets, as well as for check buttons, as well as for radio buttons. Then I have demos created for the option menu, as well as for a drop down list. So I have those videos those video links in my description. If you want to view, you can go through those videos. You will have clear idea on creating Tkinter application. So for particularly this application, for developing this application, let me show you what I did. So first of all, I have created a module. I have imported a module that is from Tkinter import star that will import almost all the things. Then import Tkinter SDK for creating a short form, and then from Tkinter import file dialog. This is nothing but this is required for opening this file dialog. Okay. Now this main is equal to tk. Then we need to create title. There is Tkinter application. If you see here Tkinter application, then I have created geometry. That is a size that is 800 by 500. Okay. So this, always remember, this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. Then main.config highlight background black, as well as I need the highlight thickness to be 2. So this border I have set the thickness as 2 with black color. Okay, you can see it's the thickness area, right? If I enter more, you can see it clearly. I think 4. Yeah, if you see now, you can see that thickness clearly. Now next, so I will be skipping these two as of now, these two functions. Now for the first frame, login details frame, right? So I have two frames here, login details frame as well as operation frame. So for the login details frame, I have framework. I need to create the frame as framework label frame. That's I'm going to label it of window main. Window, there is main. Then what's the name of the text? Text is equal to login details. And you can pack using three ways. That is using pack xy. Pack by using xy, then this expand field y. Then you can go with the geometry size, and then you can also go with the grid wise, also grid row wise. So if you see grid wise, so row wise and then column wise you can go, but in this case I have gone with pack and the geometry wise. So I have created a frame that is login detail frame, and first label I'm creating, that is jump server IP. So I'm creating the labels 1 2 3 4. So I have 4 labels here. If you see here, jump server, username, password, automail ID. Now in all the case, I made a x distance, same distance. If you see dot place x equal 50, so I made a distance of 50 for all to make it all in line. So y is equal to 30. The first, it is from 30 from here. Okay. So next I made a 40 distance of 40, that is 40. Y is equal to 40 for the next for the next label. Then again I have y is equal to 110 for the next level password, and next level automail 2 I have made another 40 distance. So this 4 I have made in line with 40 difference in the y-axis. Now in the frame, I am creating a frame 2, that is label frame main, text operations. If you see here, text operations dot pack expand yes fill both. Okay, now in this what label I'm going to create, that is open file. So label 1 label frame 2 text is equal to open file, place x50 I'm making in line with this, y is equal to 300. So this one you need to fill it based on, you can put 200 and check. If it is not in line, then you can if it is not in line, then you can again decrease or increase size. That is based on your requirement and based on where you want to fit it properly. Okay, next, so this part is done. For the label part is done. Now I need to create the entry boxes. So now server IP, so jump, so server IP is equal to entry frame1 dot place 250, x is equal to 250 from here, y is equal to 30. So I will need to make it in line with the y-axis, right? So for jump, so I need to make it in line in y-axis with the related to jump server IP. So I made it equal to y30 here, so y30 here. Similarly, I made it same for all. So here also I made x-axis is 250 for all these 4 parameters. If you see here, for username also entry frame1 dot place, so this frame1, so make sure this is frame1, don't put as main, it should be frame1 only. Entry frame1 dot place 250 is the x-axis and y is 70. So I need to make it in line with username so that the text box appears in line with the username only. Then next, password. So for the password is something different field, because it is not like I can write some text or strings, right? It will show here. So I should have something which shows whenever we enter the password, it shows in a star format, asterisk format, and whenever I should show check button, it should show my text whatever I entered for password. So let us see how we can create a password text box in a Tkinter widget. So first we need to define the variable password is equal to string var. Okay, then let us say pass entry is equal to entry frame1. I'm creating in frame1. Text variable is equal to password. This is my variable password. Then show is equal to asterisk. So if you put this show is equal to asterisk, then it will show as when whatever entered text you entered here, it will show as asterisk. Not only in this case, you can if you put this show is equal to asterisk in username also. Sorry. Yes, if you put this asterisk in username also, you will see the same asterisk only. So this is the main thing which will change your text and enter text into asterisk format. Okay, since this is first time it will be user input, and why I made it different, that also I will make you understand why I made this different. Normally if you see in user entry, I made that frame text box as well as I made the place also where it should fit, but for the password, why I didn't do is like, because I could have done it, but why I didn't do is like whenever I will do a show or unshow, right, I will call a function which will trigger and say like what were the password entered. If I make it yes, it will show in the password, but whenever I create this as dot place, if I put it as directly dot place this, then it can't get the value, it will show an error. So because of that reason, whenever I'm fetching a data and placing it over here, that time I need to make it separate entry. Okay, similar way, next for automail entry, email entry, that is entry email frame1 place x250, I make it in line with 250 and y is equal to 150, that is I made it in line with automail to level. And width, so you can increase the size of the box. I created width here, so 250, because automail ID will be longer, so I made it longer here. Next, for this particular check button, show check button, right, so this is nothing but this is, if I checked it, it's a var 1, if I uncheck it, that means it's a 0 value. So it's a int var, so variable is equal to int var, and by default I want it to be set to 0, that is unchecked. If you put this 1, it will show as checked. If you put it 0, it will show as unchecked. Okay, so I'm defining a check button here. So check button is equal to CSK button is equal to check button frame1 in the frame1. Text is equal to show, this is what I want to define, show. Variable is equal to var, so this is my variable var on value 1. So it's whenever I checked, it will be 1 on value, and whenever it is unchecked, it will be off value 0. And whenever I'm clicking it, it should provide some command option, so it should show a command what it should do whenever I'm checking or unchecking it, right? So it will be having a command option that is show password, and I'm putting a location that is 350 y0 110, since I have for password here 110, right? So I need to make it in line with it, so it's y0 110. Now let us go with the show password field. So this is I'm calling this function whenever I'm commanding show. So I will be coming over here, like this function will be called, and say this is Python 123, so it's asterisk format. So whenever I'm calling this function show, that means it will be if var.get. So that particular variable is there, var. If fetching that value means if var.get is equal to 1, means whenever I'm clicking this, it will have a value 1. If it's a 1, then it will be configured, that particular entry box will be configured as show is equal to password entry.config show is equal to none, means it will show me the text whatever entered. So check, so it will show me, it will be configured now as with the restricts. Now if I uncheck it, that means the var.get will be 0. Whenever I uncheck it, that times password entry.config show is equal to asterisk, so it will again be configured as entry boxes star asterisk marks. So this is how the password boxes are configured. Okay, now next we'll go with the browse file. Now like there are many ticket applications you are going to develop, and you will be definitely recurring this feature in your applications. Now first, similar way I did this, I think file.entry 2, so this is the entry frame, and file.place x equal to 150, I made it 150, and y is equal to 300. So because I need to make it in line with this open file, so 300, and with this 250, somewhat I'll made it lengthier, because sometimes the file path, this is nothing but I need to show whatever the file I'm selecting here, I need to get the enter file path over here. Okay, and so this is nothing but button explore is equal to button frame 2, in the frame 2 text is equal to browse file, so browse files, command is equal to browse underscore files, and place 400 by 300. So wherever I want to place, I need since I'm going to place over here in the y column 300 to make it in line with this. So browse files y equal 300. Then next is OK button. So button frame 2 text is equal to OK, command is equal to OK, and what I'm going to do with this, place 400 by 400. So I'm making it in the center. So main loop. Okay. Now let us see the call function from this browse file. So what it is going to do is, like when I'm clicking over here browse files, it will go to this, it will call this function. So this particular things will be called when I'm clicking on browse file option. So file name, let us say file name is equal to file dialog dot ask open file name. That means clicking over here will open a file dialog box and will be asking for a file name. So title will be select a file, file types text files, all dot text and all files. So you can change it based on your requirement. You can put .png, you can put .jpeg, you can put .exe, whatever you want. You can put it on your own. So select a file. Title is select a file, and if you see text files, all files. So if you want based on it, you can put JPEG, PNG, or anything you want. You can do that. So now in this case, I need only text file. I am going to show a demo with text file. So text file. So let me show hello text. Open it. So this is how the file will be created over here. The file location will be created over here. So first thing, so why I create is a file.delete. If there is already a file open here, and if I browse another file, right? So it will not overwrite here. What is going to be like if I don't have this line of code over here, so it will just append to it and it will extend here, so which is incorrect. So whenever I'm clicking a browse file and selecting a file, first thing is like it should clear this text box. That is, so that's the reason file delete is equal to 0.tk.n, whatever is there from starting to 0, whatever end, from starting from 0 to last string, it will delete it. And then file.insert, so till tk end file name should be there from starting to file name. Browse file, from starting to end the file name should be here. So this is how we are creating a Tkinter applications with password entry as well as frames and browse file option. Hope you have liked my video. If yes, please press like button, and for more videos please do subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.